there, and welcome to our digital storytelling mini documentary project. Now, you might be wondering what makes Furman University so special. Well, we're here to show you how people have grown, how lives have been changed, and how Furman has been the common denominator through it all. With a beautiful campus, supportive faculty and staff, and everlasting friendship bonds, Furman looks picture perfect. While no college actually is perfect, Furman does a pretty good job at shaping you into an adult ready to conquer the real world. Through the hardships of adjusting to college life, becoming comfortable outside of your comfort zone, and learning to love your own path, Furman has uniquely impacted everyone. Join us as we zoom in our chats with Furman female students whose path at Furman has shaped them into who they are today. We asked students why they chose Furman for college. Furman is not the stereotypical school. There are students coming from all different backgrounds. You have legacy students, students from abroad, students from Greenville, students from the South, students from the North. But more importantly, every student is passionate, and we wanted to interview that diverse group of people that Furman brings. We wanted to interview a small group of women that Furman brings.
I was trying to get recruited for lacrosse, and I just felt like Furman was the place for me. I was able to do a sorority here, plus do lacrosse, and I felt like that was what I wanted.
I feel like I chose Furman because I really love the campus. I really love the location. You know, Greenville's such a great city, and I felt like Furman was a place that accepted people for who they were. I interacted with all different types of people when I came to Furman, and I felt like it was a place, a college specifically, that I was able to kind of grow within myself and, kind of become who I truly feel like I am.
My first impressions were that it was, a charming small campus that my daughter was looking for in a college where she could thrive, get a great education, and meet students that were just like her.
I chose Furman because my sister toured here, and I just remember thinking the campus was super pretty when I was just kind of following along, and I was young, but I always liked it, and I really care about the earth, and I just remembered that they had a lot of programs that not a lot of schools do for that. Not a lot of schools have environmental science and sustainability.
We asked students their methods for adjusting to Furman's life. With being a freshman, it can be daunting starting a new school with challenging courses, outside clubs, meeting new friends, and finding one's path through all of it.
I had to report earlier than everybody else because of soccer, so I was here a good 2.5, 3 weeks before everybody else came, which gave me a good edge on figuring out where the dining hall was, where we could park, as well as get some friends. So I was able to adjust into the social aspect of college pretty fast, but as far as academics went, I had to go with everybody else as we all just kind of started classes at the same time.
I think it was tough at first just because I've always had people around me. Like I always had friends, like neighborhood friends. I could just like walk to their house and it'll be great. Or I had my parents around me. I always had siblings around me. So going from living with like complete strangers, I was like, oh, this is weird and like uncomfortable.
I think I've struggled the most with being far from home. Being far from my family was a huge adjustment for me freshman year. In addition, I think balancing having work-life balance has been something I've never been good at doing. And balancing my involvements with my academics, which can be challenging, has been probably the most difficult thing.
I definitely was shocked by like the classes. They're pretty hard, and I think that I wasn't expecting that out of some of them.
Yeah, it was really troubling, I feel like, because I didn't have any friends. I am not from Greenville, so it was like a completely new area. I'm from the north, so it was just completely different for me. I didn't really know what to expect from my professors and what the student to professor relationship would be like. So I felt very lost in that.
We then asked students about the struggles that they face coming into the unknown of Furman. There are constant roadblocks that people feel going into college because the unknown is scary. Growth is uncomfortable and challenging, and that's no exception here at Furman.
I think Furman as a school, has academically challenged me which was something I wanted, but at the same time, it's something that like really stressed me out, like kind of like it's easy to spiral.
So freshman year, school, I think balancing lacrosse and school was hard. Like I had to drop out of my bio class and retake that sophomore year because it was just too demanding.
With COVID, it was really hard. And it's also hard when you see all your friends freshman year going to different schools and having different experiences. Like my friends at big schools were having a very different experience as me, and that made me feel like, am I doing the right thing? Is this the right fit for me? And I really wanted to go to school in Scotland. I was planning on transferring to St. Andrews after freshman year. And so I thought a lot about that, you know, like having my best friend there and seeing everything. And like the idea of going global made me kind of want to push aside Furman because it's just in South Carolina. And I wanted to do something more. But I mean, I think in the end, this was a move, but I've definitely hesitated a lot.
I would say I struggled making friends outside of like dorm life because we were all very close on our hall. So it was easy to make friends that way. But then once going out, it's like, I'm not one of those people who just like go to a random person and say hi, or like if I see someone at the DH, like even if I recognize them, like I still get nervous approaching people.
It was just so much easier just to kind of stay in my dorm room and like be on FaceTime with my friends from high school, and just like I didn't feel motivated to put myself out there. I actually had transfer papers like a click away from being submitted.
I think my biggest struggle adjusting would have been trying to figure out how I was going to map my academic career with my athletic career and excel at both of them. Just because I was playing women's soccer didn't mean I had any type of priority with academics, even though some of these classes I knew I had to take right then and there in the semester to complete and graduate on time, because the next semester I wouldn't be able to take them because of soccer practice or soccer games or soccer traveling. So it was really stressful in the beginning because I was starting to realize that I had last priority and I wasn't getting the classes I needed, and so everything felt like it wasn't going to work out.
We asked students if they felt confident that they had found their path at Furman. There's a constant pressure in our world to strive for perfection and make no mistakes. But at Furman, it's different. Finding your path is all about trying new things and experimenting with different classes and opportunities.
So, like, I'm very secure in my decision. I'm glad I stayed at Furman. I'm glad I chose Furman. And I would have been a totally different person. Like, if I would have gone to, like, UGA instead of Furman.
So I feel like I kind of extended myself outward rather than staying where I was.
You know, I think that your path takes twists and turns. You know, sometimes you're going right. Maybe you start to go a little left, and then you kind of figure it back out and you go straight. I don't think there is any right path. I think your path, even throughout life, is twists and turns. And I think at Furman, though, you get the help to figure out what that path is and to get you on the right path.
It's all about trial and error, you know. I've tried a bunch of different things. Like sometimes I would go down to the piano practice room and be like, you know what, maybe I'm gonna really lean into my musical ability, but then that didn't work.
I think my daughter has grown quite a bit at Furman. She was very involved in high school, held a lot of leadership positions there, but I felt when she went to Furman, it kind of escalated. I think she was doing more, bigger things, leading bigger programs. It's been very exciting to watch.
Those interviewed have stated that Furman has helped them grow. Furman is a place full of opportunity, with rigorous academics, strong friendships, and its beautiful study spots. There's a lot to love about Furman. People choose Furman for their academics, their connections, and their study abroad. But people stay at Furman for their environment and unique culture that it brings for everyone.
I was never really a spontaneous person, and now I am, and I think that is so important for all sorts of things, especially mental health, but it's something that I really, really love now.
I also feel just like very content and happy and excited. Like I know there are so many opportunities coming up for me related to like major, socially, and just in general, and so I feel very hopeful and honestly very grateful for my experiences in the past. Even though they were hard, they have sculpted to the person I am today, and I feel more able to tackle hardships in the future.
I think that Furman has opened many doors to her. She's still an underclassman. There's a lot of time to see her grow more. But I really do feel that doors have been opened, connections have been made. I'm very excited.
Furman brought my friends together in a way that I never could have imagined, and We do a bunch of fun things that I never could have seen myself doing 4 years ago, and so I think Furman really changed me for the better in those aspects.
I feel like people definitely look out for one another, and because it's a smart community, I think after like even like going to Ole Miss to see my brother, you know, it's like they don't know anyone. It's like a free-for-all, and people are really just out there doing their thing. But at Furman, it's very much a closed community, in that like everyone's kind of like loves each other and helps each other in a non-cheesy way.
Yeah, I definitely think I have found my path, and I've really grown from freshman year to senior year. It's definitely been a journey, a lot of highs and lows, but I'm very thankful for all of it because it's shaped me into who I am today.
I love getting to sit outside on a beautiful day, get a cup of coffee from the Lib Cafe. Just our campus is gorgeous, and I love getting to enjoy it.
I would confidently say that I have found who I am at Furman, and that I wouldn't have been able to if it weren't for everything that had happened previously.
I love that the differences make us better, meaning you're never going to find someone who's similar at Furman, and you're going to have all different opinions here, but it shouldn't matter because it's like the same concept of you don't want 20 of the same puzzle pieces, you want 20 different ones to make the complete picture. And I think that Furman has the personalities here that can grasp that. Now, every school can do a better job at cultivating that, but I do think Furman has those type of personalities where you really have all angles of every type of issue going on in the world right now, and it creates a really cool and unique learning environment here.
It's obvious to see that people struggle through their college transition. There are feelings of the unknown and loneliness at the start of any college experience. Furman is a whole new world full of growth, opportunity, and kindness. Meeting new people and experiencing new opportunities are a Furman staple that will live forever, and it is evident in every Furman student's path.